Hi, Scott from Digital Fish with another fishing action video from Doubtless Bay. Doubtless Bay is located in the windless far north, about an hour north of the Bay of Islands. We had arrived for a week of fishing and today we were fishing along the north coast of the bay. Launching at Whatafifi, we had a plan to do some trolling with lures and dead baits for any lurking kingfish. My fishing companion was longtime fishing friend Jody Waka. It was misty but calm as we trolled a dead flying fish and a rapala lure behind the boat. It looked like Jody had something grab his lure, but it turned out to be the bottom. I was skipping a whole flying fish on the surface to see if I could tempt a green torpedo. We didn't see any action, so switched to jigs and soft baits for some snapper. My first fish looked like it had arrived from the tropics. An almost neon pink goatfish had grabbed my bottom ship, but with a quick release I had it back where it belonged. Drifting further out in the bay and over a reef, I thought I had a small snapper, but it turned out to be a not very desirable kelp fish. Things looked fishy on the surface with KAHAWAI feeding on baitfish and birds trying to pick up scraps from the frenzy. Things also looked fishy under the water too, so we were anticipating some action. We broke up the bait and burley after nothing on our lures, and sure enough we got into some fish. Some nice panty snapper joined us in the boat and the KAHAWAI were fat and fighting fit. If only our snapper would jump and scream in every direction like a KAHAWAI, they would be an even more amazing fish to catch. I was testing the new Shimano Stradic on a Colt Sniper jig spin rod and it was a great little combo to fish with. Smooth reel and the rod is light but powerful. When bait fishing with burley, it's often a good idea to chunk some of the bait you are using and add it to the trail a chunk or two every 30 seconds. This can prepare the fish for your bait, which will also eventually drift down the water column. This technique can often fool the crafty fish. Jody had his first snapper, a bit smaller than his 25-pound snapper the day before. My rod went off as a decent snapper munched my red plate pilchard. I had relatively heavy mainline but was using a light 20-pound leader to try and improve my catch rate. It seemed to work as the fish had been progressively getting bigger. This one was a nice fish that took a little bit of playing to get beside the boat. We were fishing in about 15 metres of water over some foul ground and the snapper were gradually finding their way to our baits. This fish looked like about 8-9 pounds, a really nice size for eating. I rebaited and cast out the back of the boat and had a solid hookup. The way the fish had approached my bait was surprising. It was a very subtle bite, as if a just legal fish had been having a go at the bait, yet it was a good fish that was bending the rod and now taking line. Eventually I got him up to the surface and he looked solid, around the 14-pound mark, which we later released. This was yet another day with some great snappers showing up. Doubtless Bay is an amazing fishing destination and has all kinds of fishy habitat to explore, from sand flats with shellfish beds to reefs and harbours and deep water all close by for all kinds of species. Kieran Olsen owns Reel Rods and is one of the local guys on the Karikari Peninsula. He can help you get onto the fish with the right gear. His shop is well stocked and Kieran is very knowledgeable. The good fishing continued with more KAHAWAI coming into the burley trail as well as some more good eating size snapper. We had a good bag of fish from the day before, but we kept a few fresh snapper as our wives were coming to check up on us and see what we'd been catching. We pulled the plug after a good half day's fishing and headed home. This is Scott from Digital Fish with content that catches. Thanks for watching.